Coming up on today's Retro Robbins Show, we go back to 1986, crash number 25. That's right, we're going to have a look at some more re-reviews, some of those games out there, give a few honourable mentions to one or two of the Crash magazine smashes that was in that particular magazine, and of course, we're just getting started. There's a fight coming, Commodore versus Spectrum, so join me now for all of this fun with the Retro Robbins Show. Tiles time. Hello everybody and welcome to the Retro Robbins Show. With me, Wayne of course, and what are we talking about on today's show? Well, we're going back to issue number 25 of Crash magazine. We're going to 1986 February, and we're going to re-review some more of those games out of that particular issue. Hopefully we'll find a hidden gem or even a game that time has forgot. Most of them you'd have probably seen before, but one or two of them you may have forgotten about, or even not seen before and think, well, I might like to have a go at that, who knows. And there's a fight coming. Yeah, I've stirred up the trouble and Commodore versus Spectrum is getting serious later on in the show. Still neck and neck, but surely someone's got to break that stalemate. And we're going to have a look at a new game, which is what we're going to do right now. I've seen this played on a few forums and that, so I thought, let's give it a go. Let's give it the Retro Robbins treatment. So let's have a look at this game we're talking about right now. So the game's called The Lost Pages, and it's sort of like a part 2 to this particular game. You've seen it before, but you've seen the 3D version of this before in a way. Well, this is like the next chapter. I'm just going to pause that AY sound here for a moment. Oops. Feedback. Feedback already. Yeah, it's not bad at all. M for map, what you could do with a pen and paper, because it's quite confusing as you work around the map. Difficulty. So we'll change the difficulty to easy, of course. Oh no. Should be better than that, shouldn't I, really? We're going to use, I think we'll use Kempston today, which means I'm going to have to use the joystick that is forever on the floor. I know. And we're going to go for it. So let's have a look at this particular game. Better put the sound back in. Can you hear that? That's me playing with the sound. Right, so we've got to start the game, haven't we? Press fire to start. I'll press space to start. Hope that's not too loud. Going to give you a few minutes just to have a little read as I go through it. That way's a dead end, so see what we'll do. Better zoom in, hadn't we? So let's just zoom into the picture for you. So as you get a nice big clear view. How's that? And now I've moved the camera forwards, I can move me forwards. So, looking at the game, it's very nice, isn't it? Very smooth movement. Oh, that. You're going to have no problems getting the enemies with that sort of action. I had to think about what it was I was going to say then, and it was a bit worrying because I could have said something wrong. So it's quite a big map. I think if I press M, oh, that's pause. I need to find out where to go and what to do. I know, I went down there. Oh! No, I did see somebody get down here, so I'm going to follow him and kill him. Let's get up there! Oh, no! You press up to go up on the Kempston joystick and you can... Oh, is that a gate I can go through? Oh, the door's locked, okay. Ah, run for it. Is there two there? Because it looks like two. I like the way they die. Oh, there's a key. Now I can go back to that gate, can't I? Was it this way? Can't remember. I think it was, you know. No, that's not, probably not the right key, is it? Well, we've got a key, but it says purple door. So I presume it's got to be that door, isn't it? So what are you supposed to do? Is that the way to use it? I wouldn't know. Anyway, I'll just carry on wandering around a bit. Whoops. And see if I can find another door. The gameplay is really, really good. It's really, really smooth. It's like a colourful version of Turn and Nog in a way, but with smoother movement. And yeah, obviously I remember when I first played Turn and Nog or Dundarth, you had the way that the hair flaps with the pixels was unbelievable, wasn't it? And had a whole mood of you being lost in a forest in a way. But there's so many different things you could do on Turn and Nog that you would never have worked out without the solution. I found one of 9, so I've got a few more of them bags of things to find. And you could do really, we sort of draw in like a map like you would do in most adventures games. I'll stab him in the back, it's easy for me to kill him. So this is available for free on download. I think it's a fantastic game, there's a lovely look to it. Hang on. Anyway guys, it's quite easy to play. I've got it on really easy, probably takes a few more stabs on extra hard. And I think it was better than the other one. The 3D version I didn't like too much because it was just the blocky movement of it. But on this occasion I like this. It does like, and I did like playing Turn and Nog back in the day as well. But this sort of, get out of the way. How fast and reactive is that? One touch and it's there, it's great. It's just a nicely made game, so I appreciate that. But, okay. One for you to play, obviously it's not that, Natasha, zoomnet.com. Oh no, as you can see my energy is going down to that, so worth a go. But let's go to the first of today's re-reviews. And the game I want to look at is... You're going to like this folks, it's a real good one. Let me just get straight to my vast quality of files. So, the game I'm going to look at now is one I've reviewed on a previous show, on the Cowboys one of course, so you know already it's going to be a cowboy game, kind of anyways. It was by Gremlin Graphics, and it retailed at £7.95. So let's give you the ratings and then we'll have a look at the game, see if you can guess what the game is by the ratings I'm going to give you. Hopefully we might find a hidden gem here. Actually, this game's pretty good, I'll be honest with you. Right, so we got use of computer at 74%, graphics was 87%, playability was 89%, and that's about right, to be quite honest. Getting started was 83%. I think it was easy to get started. It's 3 keys and it's so easy to do, it's unreal. Addictive quality is 89%. Yeah, that's about fair. Value for money 82%. Its overall rating was 84%. Do you know which game I'm talking about? Well, it's there in front of you on the screen. West Bank, of course. We'll have a brief look at the loading screen before I give it the rating. Cracking loading screen, lovely. I thought it was brilliant myself. And we're going to get started straight away. You've just got to shoot either the man with the hat on. Once you shoot all his hats, don't shoot him again. But you will get a bonus. Or you shoot the one with the gun in his hand. It's basically a reaction game. Quick look at the game and then we'll move on to another one. See if we can get as many as we can in today's show. Sometimes you can fire his hat off only once each time you see, but I'll keep trying. But be wary of the man sometimes pushes a good guy out of the way, and you can end up shooting them by mistake. Be fast on the draw, otherwise you get blown away. And it can be annoying when you shoot the wrong person because you overreact. See, I managed to get 2 hats there, didn't I? Yay! You don't want to shoot the bomb, but you do want to shoot the money. If you shoot the bomb, you get banged. So, what do I think of the game? Well, I'm going to play it till I get killed, which won't be long, promise you. Oh, I nearly pressed the wrong one then. I nearly pressed the wrong one. Ah, did I miss the money? Hang on, I shot him too early. And there you go, you lose a life. Well, what do I consider of that game? Well, I'm definitely going to give that a 9 out of 10. Bang! There you go, I'm dead. Cracking game, to be quite honest with you. One word for play. 9 out of 10 from the Retro Robbins. Let's move on to another game. So the game we're going to have a look at is out in 1986. It got reviewed, but it's called 1985 the day after. It's by Mastertronic and it was £1.99. So the retail price, oh yeah, 7-star software I believe done the coding on this one. Let's have a look at it, shall we? So the rating was use of computer 19%, graphics 21%, playability 12%, these are quite low aren't they, getting started 22%, addictive quality 17%, value for money, sorry, 25%, I suppose at $1.99, its overall rating effectively was 21%, so they say it's rubbish. Well, let's see what I think about it. And there you go, there is no loading screen of course, and today's use of computer is the Engo Clone of the Spectrum Next, and I've got the beloved toast rack supplying the AY sound in the background there, and probably be using the toast rack later on for the Commodore versus Spectrum, where things are going to be heating up. A few honourable mentions before we get into this game. In this particular magazine, issue number 25, the smashes that was given out, and there was a few of them, was Mikey at £7.95, got an overall rating of 93%. Zoids, that was by Martech, and that was also £7.95. And the Electric Pencil Company were the authors of that one. Ye Are Kung Fu by Imagine, the second game by Imagine, because Mikey was also by Imagine. Also £7.95 and 92% overall rating. What else was there? Oh yes, there was an Ultimate Play the Game. Guess what? Kind of with that one, I also reviewed it earlier on, was called Gunfight and a 92% overall rating. But we're going to have a look at this game, so let's get going and see what we can do about it and give it a go. Press space to start. And this is not easy. Got to fuel up, and then I'm going to launch off the pad. And I've crashed straight away. And if I go too hard, if I accelerate too hard, I don't know if I'm going to make it through that gap pop. I find it really difficult to control, to be honest. Try not to hit anything. Don't crash there. Oh look, I got my name up. Oh yeah, look. top score, folks. Retro's got top score. I don't think we care. I don't care. Do you know why I don't care? I totally agree with Crash. 2 out of 10. Yeah, no problem at all. Oh, that's what I think of that game. Maybe you disagree, maybe you like it. And if you do, you need to play more games because there are better ones than that, I promise you. So, this is an interesting game, one I've not played before, and that could go horribly wrong, so bear with me because I've got to try and work out what it is I've got to do. The game's called Soul of a Robot, and it was by Manchester-tronic. It was £1.99, and the author was Stephen Curtis and Mark Jacobs. So, use of computer was given 72%, graphics was given 71%, playability 75%, getting started also 75%, addictive quality 71%, value for money 84%, its overall rating was a modest 75%. I've never heard of it, but we're going to have a look at it now. We're going to load the tap file, and I'm not even sure that it's going to load in 128k format. Well, reasonable loading screen, yeah, not too bad. Doesn't make much sense to me, but yeah, it does what it is. So let's move on to the actual game itself. Good thing is I'm going to use Kempston. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So, well, I've made it down here, whatever that means. Oh, I see, okay. Well, the graphics are good, but I don't know what it is I've got to do. Are there other keys you can use? It's automatically jumping between the gaps, which is good. Oh, we got a laser. And if you bump into the wall, it's annoying. I'll tell you what, I'm going to work out how to play because I'm not getting anywhere. As I said, it could go horribly wrong, and as always, it is. I can't seem to get anywhere. Do I need to do something to power up the leap? Does the leap have to be built up or something? So I've got no real further. I've been playing this for a while and I seem to struggle just to get out the next screen. Keep falling down. For some unknown reason you can't seem to fire to start with, and then all of a sudden you start firing. Okay, so I've kind of worked out what it is I've got to do. You can actually charge up your leap. No, I'm leaping kind of massively. So run up, give it a good leap. Hopefully, oh, I nearly made it. I'll make it through in a minute. Let's have a go. Come on, get through. Oh, just appears too quickly, doesn't it? No, I'm not going to make it, am I? I'm struggling. Give it a few more goes. If I don't get through it, I'm going to give up. Nearly, right, okay, I'm going to start further back. Maybe just a straight leaf up. Ah, I know what I'm going to do here. Yes! And I've got to kill something. And now I'm going to end up back there. Okay. Oh, go on. Oh. Come on, do it again. Right, we got me leap up to max. Oh, made it again. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Okay, so we got to this part. You just bounce off everything very fast. Oh, I didn't think I was going to make it over there first time. Oh, is it like a pyramid thing? Okay. I love the laser. And I died! After all that effort. Soul of a robot. An ability of a... and I've got the ability of one as well. Oh boy, the wonders of modern technology. Okay, so what am I going to say about that game? Well, I didn't really like it. Are you surprised? I'm certainly not. It was given an overall rating of 75%. I found it extremely difficult. But then that was only the first time I played it. Graphically, it looked great, didn't it? I mean, I like the skeleton type, alien type thing on the sides. And, yeah, but not for me, I'm afraid. So let's move on to another game. I'm going to give that one a rating of, I'm going to be generous in my books. I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. I'm sure that's better than that, but, you know, it is what it is. Getting on with it then, we've got a game by Quicksilver next, and the author is it's Brimley Design, Binary Design, Brimley Design. Can't even read my own writing sometimes. Use of computer was given 74%, the graphics was given 72%, playability 77%, getting started 72%, addictive qualities was 74%, value for money 75%, its overall rating was 76%. And it retailed at £7.95. And yet again, this is a game I haven't played, so I've got to work it out. And I think we'll load the tap file. And even though this was reviewed in 1986, it did in fact actually come out in 1985. There's the loading screen, not too bad. Oh, I do love what Quicksilver do with their logo, but just watch this. That's a demo all of its own just there, isn't it? Right, so it's a bit of a strategy game as well as an arcade action game. And it's not easy, and I probably won't last more than 5 minutes. The good thing is you can redefine your keys. I love games where you can redefine your keys. There, with my keys redefined, let's give this a go. So you've got this cursor there that moves around the screen, which you can select on the green squares first. Say, for instance, if I select those battleships. Oh no, actually I can't. I've got to select the planes, haven't I? Let's go for the planes there and go for something reasonably easy. And then I think we can go for a fight. We've launched an attack on there, and all of a sudden there's a fair few attacks being launched back. Then you move into the next sequence of the game where you've got these 3 ships. And of course this, which you cannot hit anything for. Amazingly I've got 1, but I didn't get 2. I've already lost a ship, so and I'm about to die because I'm taking too many blows. You know, I'm constantly shooting at them, and I just don't seem to be able to, even though you get your cross right on top of them, don't seem to be able to hit them. And if you don't enter your name, you come up as Anonymous. And because that's good as well, I'm going to give that a rating. You saw a brief preview of the game. I want to keep the video short for this week because it's getting longer and longer and longer. And I try to keep them within the 35 and 40 minute but they're becoming towards an hour. So Rating wise, well, 76. I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10. So, let the fight commence. So, the first game, coming from Commodore to show off first, is a classic on the Spectrum, but will it compare on the Commodore? And there it is, Scuba Dive, Durrell, 1983. And not played this on the Commodore before, but I do have the joystick to hand, so I'm going to leave that go on the joystick. Provided I don't drop it on the floor this week, because I normally do. Oh boy, this looks going to be hard. Back in the picture, I'm just plugging my joystick in, right? So, let's have a look. Press any key to play. Sound on. Yes. Level skill 1, okay. Keyboard or joystick? We want to give joystick, don't we? I just did. Sorry, we play. Thing is with the Commodore, sometimes you don't know whether it's port 1 and port 2, do you? So, well, that is the fastest swimming shark I have ever seen. Interestingly, you can collect a few of these. And as always, you've got a bit of air and oxygen to get through. It looks like, hey, is that a starfish? Goodness me, look at the size of that. Well, it's an interesting map, isn't it? But we don't see anything else down here yet. Ah, that's what you want. You want to head towards the treasure, don't you? It's a funny type blocky situation on the scrolling now. It's unusual, isn't it? Now I'm using directional control on the I guess I didn't need that very well. But you don't die when you hit the rocks. And you can't swim left and right on the screen. The boat seems to be quite stationary. Ah! It opens and closes. Okay, so let's have a look at the Spectrum version. So now with the Spectrum version, we do have a loading screen, and we're going to have a look at that for you briefly now. And there it is. You don't get a loading screen with the Commodore, so that's the reason why I couldn't show you that. And you can enter these particular levels. We want keys, don't we? And press for clockwise, anti-clockwise, accelerate, decelerate, and that's it really, isn't it? So we can start the game. Skill level 1. Well, there's a difference for you. Oh, and you, decelerate. On the Spectrum version, you crash into things. I managed to collect something there. You got a depth gauge and a oxygen meter, which is rapidly going down. However, the screen doesn't scroll. Sprites are slightly different. Oh, I like the way the shark turns. Oh. And we're going to try and get past him in a minute. It's important that you don't jump out until after. And you can crash into your boat, but we're going to go straight down. And hopefully... Oh. Quick, get me out of here. We're going to get past that annoying little octopus. Slow right down. Oh, come on. Should we get that? I'll tell you what, we'll edit this and we'll get me past that octopus. Oh, took some doing, but I got past him. And those are the big treasures down there. Had to survive that. Ah! I've got to do it all over again now. It's easy once you get a bit of practice. It's not too hard to get past that octopus. I'll show you the success story coming up now. Perhaps I won't. What you got to do is you just got to go for it at the last minute there. And there you go, I've done it. Oh, that's not good, is it? He's just turned round on me. Run! Oh, sorry. Oh, no, another one. Just got to wait till it gets down and then I'm going to go for it again. Go for it! Yay! So, what do you think? Which one's better, the Commodore or the Spectrum? Commodore has a scroll, but it's sort of like a blocky scroll. The Spectrum is... it's more playable. I don't know about the annoying change of screens though, but you can. As you can see, I'm getting lower and lower and lower. All the good stuff happens when you get to the bottom, of course, but getting there is just half the battle. And the lower you go, the less... I mean, there's... looks like an oxygen tank, doesn't it? Yes, it must be because it's just gone up a touch. Oh, good in it. There's oxygen at the bottom. Oh, I ain't going to wait for him to stop. Stop, stop, stop. Go on, sea serpent. Disappear. Okay, before I die, let's give it a verdict. I thought the sprites were better and it was more playable on the Spectrum version, so that's why I gave it that. You know, I thought the graphical character of the man looks better because it looks like he's got something on his back. If you see what I'm saying, it's sort of like he's got the equipment, the Scuba Dive equipment, where yeah, there was a bit more fast moving action, but I just preferred the Spectrum version. So let's move on to the next game that we're going to compare, and we're going to go for it today, I think. So let's have a look at what Commodore's got to offer next. School Days. Now it's got a lot to live up to for the Spectrum. There's the loading screen of the Commodore, slightly different to the Spectrum one, but or is it? I don't know. Let's have a look at the Spectrum one. And here comes the Spectrum loading screen. And I think we'll play the Spectrum one first. So you can imagine it's a classic game, this. And do you want to input your own name? No. Remember, at the start of this game, it gives you a countdown. You can change the names of every one of the teachers, but there's a lot happening on the screen here for the Spectrum. And it's just a classic game, isn't it, really? And I remember you could fire, couldn't you? But I have to remember what the keys were. Oh yes, sit down for sit, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, all right. It just reminds. Did they ever remind you of the actual teachers you had at school? Get on with it. Press you if you understand. I remember you could run fast, couldn't you? It's been a while since I played this. Ah, that's it, I remember now. Use the arrow keys for a bit more speed. Anyway, now my lessons will start. Okay, let's have a look at the Commodore version. No! Come on then. I said no. Oh, I haven't. I'll just kill the AY sound. We'll wait till the teachers' backs are turned. And they were going to be turning now, are they? Because they're going upstairs. So we. $500 lines now. Oh well. It's going to be tough, this is, isn't it? Have you noticed when you fire the catapult, you don't exactly hit the... That's getting annoying. Was it open? Oh well, let's have a look. Here comes my verdict. It's just something about the Spectrum version. You know, the slightly... I don't know. It was hard to put my finger on it now. I was playing them both for a long time. Finally learned how to control the Spectrum one. I forgot. But I don't know what it was. But there was just something more with the Spectrum version. I don't know if it was the sound or the sharp definition of the pixels. But yeah, that's why I gave it the Spectrum version. So why not go on with another Commodore versus Spectrum? Yes, it's the best of 3. Okay, so we're going to go for this Space Harrier. And not my style of game, but nevertheless we're going to give the review straight away. I do like the Commodore loading screen. Very nicely done indeed, and certainly looks like This is going to be another big contest. At the moment, Spectrum have just took 2 in a row. And as always, remember that these is only a matter of opinion. Your opinion may differ, which is good. So please remember to like, subscribe and share and leave a comment. And we'll be doing more Commodore versus Spectrum in every episode, comparing the same game between the 2 different computers to see which one plays better, runs better or looks better. Obviously the Spectrum has its limitations with its colour palette, but sometimes the Commodore doesn't take advantage of that, and sometimes the Commodore doesn't take advantage of its SID chip the way it should. However, when it does take advantage, it generally does win with that SID sound. So we're going to have a look at the Spectrum version first, and then we're going to move on to the Commodore. And there's the Spectrum loading screen. There's not quite as much happening on that. Notice the Elite is at the top, and the Commodore version, the Elite is at the bottom. But it's okay. I mean, let's just have a quick look at the Commodore's loading screen again. Just to compare the 2, we want to have a look. Yeah, I mean, he's actually standing on top of the robot there, and there's a, you know, the mammoth with the tusks looks pretty good. Let's go back to the Spectrum one again. When it comes to loading screens, the Spectrum's pretty good, but you've got to give it Commodore on the loading screen alone. So let's actually play the game. Good thing is we can redefine the keys, and we'll start the game. Get ready. Oh, remember, this should similar to Bear the Grudge. It's quite fast moving scrolling action, isn't it, really? And I've already got Hammond. Usually I'm never any good at these games. I did say this is not my sort of game, but I've got to review them and I've got to be fair between the 2 of them. So am I dead already? Let's have a look at the Commodore version. I'm rubbish. I know. Good try up touch. Give that SID chip a good running. Elite did this great game, wasn't it? Elite 1986, and of course today's episode was all about 1986, February as a matter of fact. If you recall, it was Crash number 25. And of course I forgot to tell you the price. Crash was only 95 pence in this particular year. And you've got a lot of magazine for you. You've got a lot of bang for your buck, basically. Okay, let's get going. Well, you've got trees and all sorts, and it's quite big, isn't it? And I can see what's coming up. Wow, I like the explosion. It looks like a rock in the sky, doesn't it? And the good thing is it does help. I'm actually blowing it up. Can you just all say quiet, please? And as always, I'm rubbish in this game. Well, you haven't got the scrolling bottom part like you have on the Spectrum. But it doesn't need it, does it? I'm still going to be rubbish. How many lines have I got left? Let's carry on. Well, we're not here to play it. Here comes my verdict. Dead again. Well, I've got 5 of this. Yeah, I just like the Commodore version a lot better. Don't get me wrong, the Spectrum one was great in its, but the SID sound, it didn't need the bottom background. It feels like you're going along, especially with the way the trees and the rocks come at you. It's the bigger sprites, the wider screen. I think it's probably closer to the arcade version than the Spectrum one in my books, but wasn't my sort of game. But I made it to stage 2. So it's 2-1 Spectrum today. Hope you enjoyed today's show. As always, remember to like, subscribe and share, and I'll do more content for you. Sorry about the late show. It took a little bit. I've had a few production problems, but I've got over them right now. Plus it's been just one hell of a busy week for me. In the meantime, till I do the next show, everyone take care. Have a good working week or weekend, depending on when you watch this. And of course, as always, thank you for watching. It's bye from me, and you all take care. I've already said that, haven't I? I'm exhausted. Bye for now.